Hi guys, you can see my haircut now. Oh, did I show it to you already? I don't remember. Anyway, on the bed, just had my half cast off and my splint and all my wrap and all that to do my exercises, which he just wants me to take the half cast off and gently move my elbow straight and bend and straight and bend a few times. Because he said otherwise my elbow will heal bent, and he doesn't want that to happen. Actually, he said you don't want that to happen. But yeah, he said it's in a good place. So as long as I'm gentle with it, just bend and straight, and then put the half cast right back on. That's what I do. First, I have to take off the splint and all that stuff. And the bad thing about that is when my hand doesn't have support, or my wrist, that really, really hurts. Anyway, done. Rewrapped, ready to go. Okay, so I'm looking at comments, and I see we go back to June 18th, and it says show more, go back further. And it won't let me go back further, and I'm not sure why. So I'm going to answer the comments that I can see. And I'm not going to answer every single comment, but if you ask a question or something I feel I must address. Otherwise, I'd have to sit and type, and I can't do that with one hand for, whatever. All right. First of all, S and J active videos. Scott and Jenny. Several times over the last year or whatever it's been, I have looked to try and see if you had any videos up, and I have not seen any. Am I looking on a wrong channel or something? Because I've looked for you. But when I saw this, I went, oh my goodness, they're right there. So, thank you for your comment. I am taking care of myself, and I'm being careful, and all is well, but I couldn't find you guys. So have you just not been, making videos, or am I looking at a wrong channel? Because I thought I was looking at this S&J active videos. I could be wrong. But doggone it, it sure is good to see you guys. All right, next. Okay, and then Debbie, Scaredy too. I know I can always depend on you for prayers and love and virtual hugs, and I actually hope I never take that for granted, but I am taking care of myself and, doing my best. I wish you could be close so you could help me too, and I could help you at times, and we could just all have fun together. But, okay, I don't know what that was. Something fell on the bed or something. I don't know what, but I can't see past this big whatever. I don't know. I'm clumsy at this. Thank you, Kay. Always the prayers and the hugs, and always are welcome, as you know. Carol, yes, you are right about our animals understanding. I've got a couple of my Poicephalus parrots, Elliot and Maxwell, the red-bellied and the Myers. They are kind of threatened by this big thing hanging around my neck and on my arm. And Phoebe, who doesn't like to come out of her cage at the best of times, but now she's just like, no way, I'm not getting close. And strangely enough, Chloe wants to attack me too. They get it. They get I'm different, and they're not making demands of me at all. So they get all that. Klinger's just like, okay, well, whatever. He's like, he's always, go with the flow. But when you're talking about your Moluccan, JC, I have had that happen with my parrots, different parrots now and in the past, where it's like, if they're just being squawking or making noise to make noise, and I say, oh, stop it, they're just going to continue. But when I'm really, like, if I have a really bad headache or something, Yep, they will listen. They do know. They can sense and they do know. And Maisie too. Chewy, probably not so much. I wish I wasn't like laying down on the bed. I wish I was sitting up, but I've slid down. Anyway, let's see what else. Marnie. Yes, you're right. It was a half typecast. I don't know. I don't know if you can even tell, but it is a half typecast, and that it's supported, but I can take it off to bend and straighten my elbow. So, yes, and you and KB, I think it was, both said that morphine made you itch. So I've never had that happen before, but I'll tell you what, I was so itchy for about 24 hours after that. And I had a couple morphine shots and Demerol. So, and I know I've had Zofran and Phenergan both in the past multiple times because I had that huge stomach surgery and whatever. But they never made me itch, but neither did the morphine before, but it probably was that because you and KB both said. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, I did not really mention to the doctor about my pain, and a couple of you mentioned that too. I did not, he was just like, that's a sprain. He was a little bit, he was nice, I guess, but he was one of those specialists, especially surgeons, who tend to be a little full of themselves. I'm not saying he was, but surgeons as a rule kind of tend to be. And he was, and you being a nurse, you've probably worked with them and know that, but he was kind of like, I got the impression I was keeping him from the golf course. It was just my impression. He didn't tell me I was keeping him from the golf course. So anyway, I didn't get into much long explanations of anything. He did not ask for details, although he made several comments that said that he didn't have to ask because he already knew, such as the type of pain I was having and am having, depending on how I move, between my wrist and my elbow. He didn't say what kind of pain. He didn't try to elicit a pain response to see how or anything. He just said, oh, that's muscle spasms. So he already knew a lot of stuff and really didn't have to. So really the bringing up of anything extraneous like my pain levels, I mean, that just wasn't part of the conversation. And he was pretty much in too much of a rush for me to make it one. Anyway, yes. Whoops, sorry. When I go to read here, yeah. The Annette, I totally get it. I know how you feel when you read that somebody that you love, that you care about, is in pain and has hurt, had an injury like that and stuff. It's a terrible feeling. And know that I appreciate your love, and I know that you pray for us and for me and everything. And just reading your words, I totally felt what you were saying. So, and I can't even tell you how much your friendship and love and everything has meant to me over these last couple of years. And that's probably what I would have said had I typed it too. But anyway, Kathy asked, Kathy Smith, I can't tell you, every so often you pop up, and when you pop up, I'm just like, there's Kathy. There's my sister Kathy. I mean, I just get so thrilled to see you. But anyway, yes, it was awful. He did not re-X-ray, but he was satisfied with the X-rays from the hospital, and they had already been read by a radiologist, I guess it's not radiographer. I think it's radiologist. Had already interpreted them, so he was pretty confident in those X-rays he already had. But I just, I felt like I was being wimpy on the one hand, and on the other hand, I just really had no idea how much broken bones hurt or the sprain. When we were kids, we'd say, "Oh, I sprained my ankle." We had a little swelling. We hopped around for a couple days, and we were fine. And that's what I always thought a sprain was. This hurts worse than the break. And the break, broken bones are not fun. So, but here's the thing: bronchitis and asthma. Oh, Kathy, I don't know how you stand it. I just don't know. I just don't know because that sounds so miserable. You said you're taking your nebulizer. No, that's all helpful, but breathing stuff and respiratory stuff is because we have to breathe. It's not like we can stop for a while and give our lungs a rest. So yes, since I read that a couple days ago, I have also been praying for you about that because that is, I'm sorry. I am sorry you're so sick. That is awful. Yeah. Um, we're just praying each other. We're just praying for each other, and that's what gets us through. Mary, I wish we lived closer too. Can you imagine if all of us on here we could all live closer and just be like a little community? That would be so cool. But I saw in your other comment, oh my goodness, that you dislocated your hip. I mean, your arm, your shoulder, whatever. I can't even believe that. That is horrible. That is terrible pain. And I didn't know about that. I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't know about it. But that is terrible pain. And my stomach just lurched when I read that because I feel so bad for you. Do you have anything left, like any soreness or any arthritis type pain or anything like that left since it healed, or are you doing okay with that, or will you have any long-term effects from that? That had to be horrible, as if a hurricane wasn't bad enough. Oh my goodness, Nikki, you are the best. Yeah, KB, it was you that said it made you itch. Yes, I may have also done the bruising. Actually, what the doctor said in my arm, in the middle there, that's just muscle spasms. Actually, it does feel more like bruises to me, not spasms, but okay. Holding the new grandbaby, I haven't yet. I haven't seen her since I fell. And I'm a little nervous about holding her. Yes, I do have a lap. I think you mentioned that on Facebook. But I am just not confident about it. And so what I'll probably do is use that, forget what case it, Boppy pillow, is that what it is? It's kind of like a donut that's open on one side. I will probably lay her on that on my lap because I would feel more confident with that. And that put her higher up so I can still kiss her and stuff. So that'd be good. Let's see. Yeah, Carol, I think it was the crying has been from the pain pills, and I took some tonight, my NSAID with the Norco, and little things affect me in a big way. We'll just leave it at that when I'm taking those kind of pills. That's why one reason I don't like to take them, and in fact, I hadn't taken any all day. That Pete and I were out and about doing stuff, and by the time we got home, just from my arm being moved around and stuff, it was pretty sore. So I took that, and then I waited for it to work before I did the exercise my elbow. So let's see. Joan B. Yep, another bump in the road. All these bumps, Joan. What is it? Tired of these bumps. But yeah, you're right. It is another bump in the road, and it'll pass. And you're right. And you're always such an encouragement, and I always appreciate your encouraging words. Hey, Stack, Maggie. You don't even know how much I miss you and how often I think of you and pray for you. Just saying. Um, oh, yeah, Annette, I did want to say something about that. You said anytime kind of trauma will wake up the osteoarthritis. That has also been my experience. Not even in places where it happens, like, I mean, my arm, my elbow, my wrist and stuff, but I felt it in my neck and jaw so much, probably from the jolt when I hit the ground, I'm guessing. But yes, it does wake it up, and it does take a while to settle it back down. As you will remember, okay, now I was just about to say something. As you will remember, something happened in the last year or so. What was it? Just left my brain. Part of this whole senility thing setting in. I'll come back to that if I remember. I wish you were here too. We could be really good buddies, you know that. And Sherry Cottle, I will tell you what, I love you bunches too. You are darling, you are sweet, you are funny, you're a great sister, and your prayers are also appreciated. In fact, I think they're why it doesn't hurt as bad as it did a couple days ago. Let's see. Okay. Pollyanna Blue. I was reading that and I'm going, yeah, I know, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. So you can imagine, you know. But I know you get it, and I know that everything you say is true. And it could have been, as could have my stroke, and as could have other things been. You know, when my sister called to find out after Casey called Gwen and said, "Here's what happened tonight," and my sister called me the next day, and I said, "Oh, thank God you didn't say, first thing say, well, at least it wasn't your right arm," because that right arm was left free for punching people who said that, I think. Um, yeah, anyway, we'll leave that there. But yeah, every day things are getting better, and it is true because my fingers were so swollen. I shared that picture, and they were so sore, and my hand hurt so bad. But look what I can do now that I couldn't do the day before yesterday. So I've started, my friend Heidi, who I talk about sometimes from Chicago, she said, just take it easy, but just start moving them. If it hurts, stop. Just start moving them. Because I was like, when am I going to be able to play my keyboard and my ukulele? And, you know, she said, just little bits. Just move it a little bit. If it hurts, stop. So that's what I've been doing. And then I'll start a few minutes later, like doing this right now, probably because I just exercised and all that is hurting my arm. But so I'm going to stop. But I couldn't do that a couple days ago. So you're right. Everything is getting better. Too slowly for me, but it is getting better. And I will see him on the 1st and again, and for whatever that's worth. And I'm going to ask him plain out. I'm going to say, can I start trying to play my keyboard now? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say, can I do it? Because that's going to help me more than, I mean, look at just the moving, how much, see that swelling is pretty much gone. You saw it the other, let's see, there we go. You saw it the other day. Ew, it looks like a crab coming out of a shell, doesn't it? Anyway, but yeah, just being able to move it. So little by little, things are improving and things are getting better. And so, but the encouragement from you guys and the caring and the prayers and the love and all your support. I mean, sometimes I don't know what I would do without you guys. And I've talked about how I'm getting sick of social media, and I am, but I'm sick of Twitter, and I'm sick of Instagram, and I'm sick of Facebook, and but I'm not sick of YouTube. I mean, I couldn't leave you guys. I just couldn't. And if anything happened that, you got mad at me and stopped communicating back and forth with me, I would be pretty upset. So anyway, that's the answers to what I see here. Like I say, I can't scroll down that far. It just won't go to more. So that's as far as it'll go. So I hope I answered everything. I hope I let you guys know how much your replies mean to me. And I am watching videos and I'm hitting the thumb up, but the typing is difficult with just my right hand. And it's slow, it's laborious, and it's a pain. So I do short little things, like short little Facebook answer a whatever, but to, go down page after page of reply, I can't do that. So I hope you don't mind me doing it this way. But anyway, I'm going to go. Thanks for being here, and thanks for watching this and listening to your replies instead of reading them. And I'll see you next time. Bye.